Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Here at Speed Changes Everything. We know that with proper speed skills, speed kills, but we also talk a lot about life and how life affects not just our training, not just our sports, but how it affects all of us. And today I want to talk about the subject called time. Maybe you've heard of it. Maybe you're looking at your watch right now and going, how long is this video? I couldn't possibly waste my time. And you may be right, but today, talking about time, don't want to talk about timing things. Timing things is used as a very valuable tool in measuring what we do at speed and agility training. But more than that, I want to talk about the time that we have as humans on this earth. It's very limited, no matter how you look at it. You can look at the history of recorded history and say that the time that we are here is minuscule compared to the time that recorded history has been here. You could also look at it as, in your day, you have a certain amount of time to do each thing. So time is restrictive. You need sleep, you need to eat, you need rest, you need those things already blocked off. So your day is not 24 hours, it's 12 hours. Or if you, as you get older, like me, you start waking up earlier and you still feel the same rest as you did when you got a full 8 hours or whatever. But time today, I want to talk about this idea of, is it time for a change or is it time to keep going? And that's a really important concept. To be a mature athlete, to be an athlete that is doing this constantly, you have to be able to tell whether it's time for a change or it's time to keep going. Here's what I mean. How many of you have ever plateaued in your workouts? How many of you have ever plateaued after a growth spurt in your performance? Or how many of you feel like you're getting slower? Most of the time this happens with a growth spurt. Your legs are getting longer, you're getting taller, you've got some pain in your knees and different things like that. Yes, talking to middle school and high schoolers mainly, elementary as well. And you have this pain, and that tends to limit performance, but just for a while. This is called a plateau. A plateau happens when you get what feels like a decrease, when really you're just kind of staying the same, but your body's growing, in athleticism or in performance. And I want to say this is completely normal. This is completely natural. But your job, because you are only in control of you, is to decide whether it's time to change your workouts, whether it's time to hire someone to help you with your workouts and nutrition, whether it's time to just keep doing what you're doing and just know that there are going to be plateaus in performance in life. That's how it works. You have to plateau for your body to adjust before you can grow. That should be a poster. You have to plateau before you can grow. Maybe that's what I'll call this video. Too many rhymes, I'm sorry. But the idea of, do I need to take the time to continue on this path, or is it time for a change, has three main factors. Number one, what is your goal? If your goal is reachable by what you're doing, continue. That makes a lot of sense, especially if it's a short-term goal. Now, when do I need time for a change? If you have a long-term goal and you have gone for a while and your performance is plateaued and you are in the middle of that plateau and it's been several weeks, I would say it's time for a change. This doesn't need to be a big change. For instance, if you're working out and you've been doing, sets of 12 and sets of 15 reps, high hypertrophy type reps, maybe it's time to drop it down to 8 to 12 and increase the weight so that those muscles can grow and get shocked by a differentiation aspect. That's very common. If you don't know those type of things, it might be something to look into, not just on your own research, but maybe hire someone that is a professional that's done this for years and years and years and knows a thing or two. Maybe it's time to look at somebody that you trust, or other people who trust. It makes sense when they talk. Makes sense about the plans that they have for you. Makes sense as to why they're different from what you're already doing. Both of these things are extremely valuable in life. I'm not saying this because I'm a guy that can absolutely change your life, although I believe that I can really help you. I'm saying this because it's important that you recognize these two times in your life. Guys, I hope you have a great rest of your week. And if it's time to decide for a change and I'm your guy, click the link, book a call, do all the things down below, and we'll get you started right away. Don't forget, with proper speed skills, speed kills, and I'm always here for you. Guys, have a great week. We'll talk to you later.